My Lords, the noble Lord Callanan referred to in his arguments against Amendment 27, he was saying it would be easily overtaken by events. I think that provides a great argument for the removal of Clause 33. Now, the noble Lord Newby said pointed out correctly that the next deadline point is the 1st of July 2020. Now, I have to confess that I looked up a website to check on that. That's 168 days away. If you start adding in holidays, weekends, etc., and you think about how many days that gives us to actually reach a point where we have to decide whether we're ready or not in the deadline with the agreement with the EU, it's a very short period of time indeed. Now, the noble Lord Howarth said rightly that the economy, companies, I'm particularly concerned about small business, have been greatly damaged by the uncertainty around Brexit. I would say that removing Clause 30 is going to take away another point, Clause 33 is going to take away another point of uncertainty, going to give us stability instead of more uncertainty, yet another deadline. Now, earlier in oral questions, my noble friend, Baroness Jones, referred to the fact that Extinction Rebellion and the false classification of that in a police document subsequently withdrawn was bringing the law into disrepute, and particularly among young people, causing them grave concern. Well, I think passing this bill with Clause 33, with something that we know, as Lord Newby referred to, the Prime Minister has accepted, may have to be removed, and we know that a one-line bill can actually do that at any point up until the 31st of December, is bringing the law into disrepute. And there's also the risk of a crash-out. If we get to the end of the year, we don't have an agreement. And there is a strong suspicion out there in the country, perhaps among some in this House also, that there are parts of government that are still seeking that crash-out outcome. Leaving this clause in the bill adds to that suspicion. And finally, my Lords, we know that the Prime Minister has found it very difficult to find ditches in this country. It's been very hard to identify ditches. So I don't think we want the Prime Minister to have to waste any more time hunting the country, seeking that ditch that he just can't find.
I could ask my noble friend a question. If he were negotiating any sort of agreement and learned that the other side